And so before we start this video, I gotta get this mother humping thing out of the way. Mark Holmes is my daddy. Okay, that's out of the way. Ow!
Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo. And as always, I appreciate each and every one of you all being here and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Let me remind you, this video brought to you by BetUS. Make sure you guys definitely use that promo code YouTube150 to get a 150% matching bonus. And being my bookie for my dad, I'm working on his account. Right now, we have the New York Giants +1, Dallas Cowboys -6. He's definitely going to take those two games right there. So check out BetUS today. Hope everybody's having a great day. I see we got Holly Pierce in the house. What's up, Holly? How are you doing? Holly's in the house. We've got Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights. What's going on? Lord Nova, thanks for coming on over. Aaron R. We got Frisk. Frisk, you're on the other channel. Shout out to Frisker. I can't pronounce your name right. Forgive me. Asman30, In-N-Out Burger has replaced Pink's. Oh my goodness. And we have Tyler Joyce is the first one in the house already. So we are here, week number 2, Dallas Cowboys, early kickoff, 1 o'clock. Chris McClure in the house. What's going on, Chris? How are you doing? Cowboys with a 1 o'clock kickoff. And it seems like Cowboys typically have a hard time with 1 o'clock kickoffs. And I see Joseph Heatherly has sent me a text message wanting to know the Cowboys record of when I've been at the Red Brick House. I think we lost one game when I was here last year. I think it was 1. So I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign, but let's get to our good people here in the house. Let's see. Change the camera angle up. Tyler, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, Mark, how's it going?
I'll let you know tomorrow about this time. How about that? At the moment, everything's going good. I hope the Cowboys are in good shape tomorrow and that they get a victory. It would be great to start the season off 2-0. And it's amazing to me because a week ago, all the talking heads were basically saying that the Cleveland Browns were going to beat us, that Deshaun Watson was a better quarterback than Dak Prescott and everything else, and that we sucked. This week, now they're talking about Super Bowls. I just don't know how things change in 1 week. It's just crazy. And I see Walker Wade's in the house. Walker Wade is out there. What's going on, Walker?
What's up? Just driving.
Just drive. Man, you're always on the road, man.
Yeah, I'm going back to Dallas right now from Houston.
Okay. All right. Did you bitch slap the Texans?
Yeah, I stopped by and
roughed them up a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. How you feeling about this game here?
I think we'll handle business.
Well, you know, we've got people out there that think, you know, that game that the New Orleans Saints had last week where they scored, what, 40 points against the Carolina Panthers, that, oh, my God, Derek Carr, it's going to be a shootout. And that defense of theirs was great. North of the border, how you doing? Curtis, how are you doing today, buddy? I hope that we don't get complacent is my big worry. Is I think the Cowboys can play with anybody if they're motivated enough, but I hope that they don't lose that motivation. It's going to be interesting to see our rookies trying to hopefully take another step. You know, Tyler Guyton was kind of hard on himself and literally said he played poorly. I can't wait to see him play a game that he says he plays good in.
Yeah, I'm drinking me some coffee in my Cowboys mode.
There you go.
I mean, we played. We moved the ball really solid against the Browns. I mean, their defense isn't like pushovers, so I don't see why we won't be able to move the ball against New Orleans.
I say Cowboys 35, New Orleans 21. That's my prediction in the store.
I hope we don't give up 21. I mean, I'll take a win any way we get it. I just hope we don't give up 21 points. But we'll have to wait and see because you never know. 1 o'clock games are few and far between, it seems, with the Cowboys. Seems like we're always in prime time.
Are you
Jeff
having
Lee
a
in the house.
tailgate this year, Mark?
Am I having a what?
Tailgate this year?
I am going to be tailgating at FedEx Field on the 24th, and it looks like we're going to be doing. I haven't gotten all the details together, but we got to start working on the Eagles Cowboys game in Dallas.
The more the Cowboys win, them tickets gonna get more and more expensive.
Yeah, I know, and I need to go ahead and do something with that. I've got to actually talk to my buddy Tony because he also wants to be part of trying to help get this stuff together. I will work on it this week. This week, I will work on figuring out what's what and who's who. But yeah, if the Cowboys and Eagles keep winning, it definitely will be an expensive ticket. I forgot. Wait, I'm trying to remember. What year was it that we went to the Dallas game?
2017. That was the year the Eagles won the Super Bowl.
Okay, so it must have been then the next year that I was there for the Cowboys-Eagles game. Or was it 28? Maybe it was 2018.
Yeah, I wasn't there at that one.
That was the one that it ended up going into overtime, and it was with Carson Wentz. Zach Martin got hurt in the first quarter. And we ended up winning in overtime. I think Dak Prescott had 4 or 5 TDs in that game, and we had an incredible drive in overtime where we literally just ate up the whole clock and got a touchdown going away. So it wasn't me; it was you, Wade. Okay,
Yeah,
if we go and we lose, I'm blaming you, not me.
My lovely wife said hello, Mark.
Yeah. Oh, your wife? I didn't know you were married.
Yeah,
When we
remember
lose,
she was on
I'm
there
gonna be
last week
upset.
when you seen her on the video?
Mm-hmm. Chris, can you post the link for it? Christmas Floor said, "Can the nation help me with my GoFundMe page? I have stage 4 cancer." Man, I'm sorry to hear about that. And Curtis as well. Curtis also, we've been posting. I think I've got it in the community tab too. Curtis lost his wife last weekend, 39 years old. And her funeral is going to be in October. And if you can help either of those two, by all means, do that. I'm kind of surprised. There's Jimbo. I haven't seen too many Eagle fans today, or actually the last couple of days. They've been kind of quiet. I'm kind of surprised. Anybody have any idea? Hey, how are you doing?
They're quiet because we slapped the Browns around and they said we weren't going to win. So
is that what it is? Well, A.J. Brown did not practice today. He's got tightness in his
Drew didn't
hamstring.
have much to say. Drew didn't have much to say because
I'm hoping Drew will come in because, he beat me. Remember how he beat me down and told me, that I'm a hypocrite because I was talking about how Mike Zimmer should do good, but I was concerned about, other teams getting new coordinators, and I gave him my reasons. You're just a hypocrite. You're a loser. Zimmer's going to have all kinds of problems. And it's like, oh.
Want to say hi? Ariel wants to say hello, Mark.
Well, hello there, Dougie. How you doing?
The Art Koalas. He's doing good.
He's got the big eyes, real big eyes there. Big Gibson says he's nervous about A.J. Brown's hamstring. Okay.
If the defense keeps defense dominates, and stops the run, it's way better than last year. Biggest free agent pickup is going to be Mike Zimmer.
Yeah, without a doubt. But you know what? I don't want to give Cowboys credit, but we always go through the same cycles. Like I've said, we always go through. By the time the season starts, it's Super Bowl aspirations.
Next 5 weeks, we're going to find out. We're going to find out in the next 5 weeks when we play Baltimore and the 49ers. We're going to find out.
Drew is missing in action, Jimbo says. Yeah, he is at the moment. He'll show up. I know he's not going to be a cockroach. But just in case, let me get the cockroach out here for him. Let's see how many of the Eagles.
Next week we play Baltimore, so.
Yeah, I think we'll see then.
That's why we need this one. We definitely need to get this one in the bank. You don't want to lose this one and then have to play Baltimore next week too, even though it's at home. This is really this is a make or break time this season.
Now, what the defense does next week's going to tell me a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark, I've been married 18 years.
18 years. I've been married the second go around here for 21 almost. Lady Libra in the house. What's up, lady? We're going to be out. Jake Ferguson looks like he's doubtful, listed as doubtful.
know what when to play them.
Typically, when the Cowboys say doubtful, you're not playing. Okay,
How you doing, Wade?
they're not playing anybody doubtful. At least they haven't in the last 3 years.
Schoonmaker's got to step up.
Gina Dallas Dina Viva in the house. Peyton Hendershot. I don't know if anybody saw that. He got traded to Kansas City, was on the sideline, and he ended up getting fined $5,000 for pushing a guy out of bounds. He wasn't even dressed. That was kind of crazy. I don't know that I've seen NFL players getting fined before that have not even suited up, but he did. The Packers choked against the Eagles. Yeah. Let's see. Chris Mays is in the house. We got Tyler. We got Walker Wade, Joe. Thomas Garrett, how are you doing today?
What's going on, Mark?
I know you were enjoying that game last week.
I enjoyed every last minute of that game on Lake Erie.
How were the Browns fans?
The Browns fans, they're cool. They are really a passionate fan base. And they were just happy that the Cowboys were in town. They were the game of the week. It was almost as if the city of Cleveland closed down on that Sunday, last Sunday. And they were, don't get me wrong, they were pissed off that they lost. But they really had it. They really had in their mind that they was gonna win last Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you something crazy that happened.
What's that?
We was tailgating with some of the Cleveland Brown fans, cause we made almost half of the attendance at the game.
Really?
But anyway, we were right before we left to go to the stadium, everybody was giving each other high five and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this one guy, he wanted to give me a high five, and when I went up like that, he drove his hand up and just, he got cute with it.
Mm-mm.
And I told him, I said, "You'll pay for that. You will pay for that." What I mean about that is you were getting an ass whooping out on the field. And
I told y'all Deshaun Watson was a potato.
I've been saying it for years. When they said that
he had one good year in Houston.
Well, but was it a good year because they were a 4-12 team?
Yeah,
they were 4-12.
Exactly.
The definition of garbage time. But oh my God, he's a top 5 quarterback. He's so much better than Dak Prescott. Yeah, well, right now the Browns fans.
Yeah,
man,
I don't ever remember Peyton Manning being a top 5 quarterback and their team being 4-12.
Right, exactly.
True.
They'd be 13-3. I'm just saying,
Exactly.
you're a top 5 quarterback. Your team can't be 4-12.
Yeah.
Did he have DeAndre Hopkins that year?
He did.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. And Will Fuller.
Yep.
yeah, Mark.
Pretty good at the time.
Yeah, Mark. We got back to the parking lot after the game, and we tailgated some more.
Mm-hmm.
And this same little smart ass, I ran into him again.
Oh shit.
And he looked at me. He said, "You got us." And I told him, I said, "Look, you're dealing with an OG. All I'm just gonna say is, and the damn thing I can talk to you about. I tried to tell you what was getting ready to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to your big brothers, man. But listen to your big brother, man. I ain't gonna tell you nothing stupid. I ain't gonna tell you nothing wrong. You should have never did what you did. You probably would. You might have won if you'd have gave me the high five, but you want to be a smart ass. You want to be a smart ass.
Uh-huh.
And you want to please your buddies. Now, y'all mad. Y'all feel like getting drunk, talking shit to each other. I ain't messed up with it, but I'm laughing at you.
I heard that.
Go on, get ready for Jacksonville next week. That's what I told him. I said, go on, get ready for Jacksonville next week in a few hours. I'm getting on an airplane, going back home while I'm laughing at your stupid asses.
I'm rooting for the Browns tomorrow. I want the Browns to win.
Who do they play tomorrow?
Jaguars.
Jacksonville. That's the reason why I said. That's the reason why I said be ready for Jacksonville next week.
That franchise is just. They got rid of. They tossed Baker Mayfield to the side, and like he's like, they should have kept him.
Mm-hmm.
They shouldn't have just tossed him out. I mean, he took him to the playoffs, and then they like chunked him to the side. It's like, dude, they should have just kept riding it.
For real.
Kept riding it. It just, man. Whoever made that decision, I think it was the owner, trade for Watson.
Mm-hmm.
Man, he just set his franchise back something serious.
Well, you think about the money that they have and the draft picks that they did, but yes, most definitely, that one, that somebody deserves to be fired on that one.
For sure. With that defense too.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, damn, they'd have been better off bringing back Joe Flacco again.
For real.
Well, the question will be is what do they do? But that's not my problem right now. Here's a big question, though, is now that we see that Tua is out and he may be gone for the season, is this the time to try and see if we can get something for Trey Lance?
Please.
I'll take anything I could get at this point.
Yeah.
I'd trade Trey Lance to the Browns for Amari Cooper. Straight up trade.
Hell yeah. I'm down with
Yeah, on that Miami end, if Miami call us,
Yeah, we can get
you got
Cedric
to pull the
Wilson.
trigger. You got to pull the trigger. You have no other choice.
Hold on.
It wouldn't matter. That team's not built to beat the Bills or the Chiefs. Doesn't matter what they do.
Sure.
As soon as this came back
They got
home.
slapped around by the Bills.
And and what was so funny about I don't mean to say funny. What was so crazy about Tua's concussion the other night? He didn't take a real bad shot or nothing. If you look at it real close, the back of his head hit the turf.
Mm-hmm.
That was what caused the concussion.
Yeah, but they say some people are more get concussions a lot easier than others, and it seems to be that whenever he takes a hit, he's getting a concussion.
And then the messed up part about it was the guy that made the tackle was Damar Hamlin.
That was what was really crazy in there. Yeah.
And you know what it is? You know what the old saying is in the NFL: best ability is availability. If you get injured all the time, it's time to hang it up.
Totally.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah.
Almost forgot. I didn't tell you I went to the Hall of Fame last Saturday.
Well, I know you were driving back over there. Curtis McClure, I don't see the link there, buddy. Can you just post it in the chat and I'll pin the link for it? Yeah,
I got two of these.
Oh, there you go.
Glasses.
What'd you think of the Pro Football Hall of Fame? It's changed. Last year when we were there, they had added kind of like a whole eatery and stuff in there. I got some hot nuts there and stuff.
Guys,
they were working on the hotel and water park, and it was kind of like, it's kind of like
still building on it, guys. If y'all have not been to the Hall of Fame, I recommend that you go. It's an experience.
Every football fan should go at least once.
Check this out, Mark.
What's that? What the heck?
It's a football. My dad made it for me.
Okay.
Yeah. Made it out of wood.
Yeah. Oh, carved it out? Okay.
Yeah, carved out of wood, yeah.
That's not an easy thing to do. Joseph Heatherly, welcome. Joseph, I saw your text and you're here. So there's that. Thank you so much, North of the Border. Uh-oh. Okay.
Is Tua going to retire? Because
there's no word on that at the moment yet.
If you are a defender coming to tackle him, aren't you thinking about that?
Mm-hmm.
Aren't you thinking about this could be his last hit?
Yeah.
So it not only be tough on him, but it'd be tough on the defenders defending him too as he scramble out the pocket.
I agree
That's
because
got to be hard.
and that's the thing. You're playing football. You can't ease up on people.
Right.
And that has to be the worry going forward. And that's where, Curtis, I got a hiccup on the Wi-Fi, so hopefully you can see it back. Tua needs, I mean, we all can say, yeah, he needs to retire, but that shouldn't be our decision. But medically, you almost look like he's a punch-drunk fighter right now. He just can't take a hit. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it anymore.
Did I show you that mark yet? The Deion Sanders?
Nice. That's real nice. Joseph, I think last year, I was here for 5 games, and I think we only lost 1 last year. Because I remember getting some people that were giving me a hard time last year because they were like, oh, you're at the Red Brick House. I mean, you're not at home. And when I went home, I think we lost. So I don't know. Yeah, let's tell you what, Joseph. How about we don't blame me on it? Okay? I mean, I like to think that I'm all powerful and I control the Dallas Cowboys' destiny. Okay.
Some people are superstitious. So I worked at Burger King in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And the Cowboys lost the first game against the Giants, and then they won like 8 or 9 in a row.
Right.
So a man used to come in there every Sunday and eat breakfast in the morning. Him and his wife decked out in Cowboys gear every Sunday and sit down and eat. They started on week 2, and then they kept coming and kept coming, and then once we lost, they didn't come back again.
Okay. Well, usually I'm kind of pretty superstitious now. I don't have the big sub here, so what I'm going to do is I'm getting 2 18-inch subs, and we're going to end up doing 2 shrimp poor boys for tomorrow, and we're going to do Jobu wings. And I'm going to try, I got a new mix for it, which is a little spicier. It's got a little more kick to it. But I think I'm going to do something a little extra. And I'm going to marinate the chicken wings in buttermilk tonight, which will make it even more tender and get a little juicier and stuff. So we're going to try a little something, and hopefully give them a little extra spice here to take on the New Orleans Saints. At least that's my hope.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of spicy food, Mark, too much.
Nah, I gotta have a kick. If it don't burn and I have to grab something to wash it down, it's not hot enough. The hotter, the better for me. But yeah, Tua's got, we know 4 concussions that have been literally some of the worst concussions you've ever seen, because it's like literally he has like spasms and convulsions and stuff.
Yeah, with his hands. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's scary.
That's scary stuff.
And I remember when he had his very first one, and I watched the game when he had it when he was at Alabama.
Yeah, that's when he first had one.
Yep.
Am I coming to Charlotte for the game, Chris? I've wanted to go to Charlotte for one of the games and stuff, but I have yet to make it down there for him. It's been last year. What were we doing last year? Last year we were knee deep on this
game, probably for $2. That's what I heard. $2 tickets.
Yeah, $2 tickets. I was
no.
I was getting ready to say that, Wade. I was getting ready to say, don't be surprised when
they'll be even higher.
Up, the tickets are starting to drop like they did last year.
North of the border, I may watch. I'll have the game probably on. I'm going to be probably getting set up for the game here because I've got to get another TV up in here and figure out. I've got a couple people that are coming over to watch the game, so I got to figure out how I'm doing it because I'm actually on the far end of the room. The TV is mounted on the fireplace, so it's about 20 feet away. It's about 65-inch. But then I need to get a little bit closer, but I can't really – I don't want to move everything because that's kind of a pain in the ass. I got to figure out how I'm going to do the game tomorrow, but we'll figure it out. But I'll probably have Coach Prime on and see what he does. He didn't look too good last week, and, so much for him being the Cowboys coach next year.
Yeah, his defense don't look that great.
And his offensive line is terrible.
Yeah, it's still pretty bad. I mean, you can't – I think they brought in a freshman. They're relying on him, and that's never the recipe for success.
I can't believe. Am I wrong if I say that Leo and Drew are scared ass bitches?
I expected Leo to
is that wrong to say that?
I expected Leo to be here to brag about his Eagles, but
I mean, I'm serious. Drew has been in here trolling us all off season and everything, and telling us how much we suck and everything, and how great Jalen Hurts is going to be, even though he did have 3 turnovers and it should have been 5.
yeah.
And he's not here to tell us how great they are.
And I didn't even talk crap about the Eagles when they won. I was like, oh well, they pulled it off. Even though they didn't play, that well, they still pulled it off. They managed to pull it off.
Yep.
Maybe Leo and Drew are busy.
And then when the Cowboys won, it was like silence. It's like silence from
It's
everyone.
like the Browns suck. They just said.
Well, here's the problems for the Eagles right now.
The whole time.
They may be worried about Monday night.
Well, you've already got Jalen Hurts defending Kellen Moore and saying that it's on him, the interceptions and things. And you've got Devin White, who seems to be in the doghouse.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
They were literally asking him questions. Well, do you think you'd be better off on another team?
Isn't Kirk Cousins his injury acted up again or no? Is that
It's
all?
Achilles. He reactivated his Achilles.
Did he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Reactivated.
Okay.
Agitated it
I know
earlier.
they put Christian McCaffrey on IR.
He didn't re-injure.
They put Christian McCaffrey on IR?
Yeah, so he's going to miss
Yeah.
the next 4
Oh,
games.
snap.
Yeah, he'll miss the next 4.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Week 6.
So week
No,
6,
week
yeah.
7.
Okay.
He won't be back to week 7.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now,
That
I'm going
Mason
to say,
kid is pretty good, though.
I don't think there's going to be a Super Bowl hangover with the 49ers, but also the Packers. The Jets, I think they just went into a meat grinder. I'm going to give the Jets benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard to judge them against that defense.
It's hard to judge them, the Jets. First game, but they went into San Fran they weren't going to win that.
Right.
Well, let me check. Let me check my Bet US. What's the, I don't even know what the point spread is with the Eagles game. Cowboys are -6. The over and under is 47 on that game.
Yeah, so is Atlanta playing, was it Michael Penix, right? Is it Penix? That's the Falcons quarterback, or is it still going to be Kirk Cousins?
Okay, so Atlanta is plus 6.5 for Atlanta. 47 is the over and under on that one. Ooh.
How's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing really
Pretty
good.
Pretty
The
good.
Commanders and the Giants. The Giants +1. I know my dad's wants me to put 25 on the Giants and 25 on the Cowboys. So what do y'all think? You think that the Eagles going to beat
On
that
the
point
Giants?
spread? Well, yeah, because he can't root for the Commanders. Okay, this goes way back.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Okay.
He was
25
known.
though?
He was known
miss the
as
home.
Cowboy
He
Ty.
can't
How
watch
can he put money on the Commanders?
I mean, I'd go
put
for
money on the
another
Giants,
Maybe
game.
we'll put his bonus money on
Yeah, I'd go
that
for
bet.
another
That's
game,
what
too.
we'll do. We'll put his bonus money on that one from
Daniel
the
Jones, I wouldn't trust
150%
him with a
matching.
steak.
The
Probably
Giants
show up
should
all-
want to lose this game.
Yeah, they should want to get the first pick in the draft for a quarterback.
Yeah.
Totally.
Or the
What I've
second.
seen.
Or the second.
Something,
Because
yeah.
Carolina's not going to pick a quarterback. So at least be right behind them.
All right, I'm going to do it now. I'm going to do it. Leo, and see if he appears.
Well,
Usually
Might have
he,
to-
usually he pops in here with that grin and, fired on up and everything. And no Leo? Are you kidding me? I was looking forward to seeing Leo. Dak
worry
ain't
about it.
that
We can
good.
talk- we can
Choke
talk.
in the playoffs every year. Ken James. Okay, Ken, Mr. Packer fan, you might want to worry that your quarterback's not playing. And we got the Bang Bang
the
Niner
Packers,
gang.
Y'all about to go down the toilet.
You know what?
Y'all don't get Jordan Love back on the field.
Yeah.
Probably so, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Mark, I don't mean no disrespect to anything, but forget Leo. We could.
Y'all
This be our first
aren't gonna
opportunity
get to the playoffs this year. The Cowboys gonna get to the playoffs. Packers, y'all ain't gonna go nowhere without Love. Period.
Mark, I don't mean no disrespect to anything about Leo. Forget him for the day. We can talk Cowboy football all day today. See what I'm saying?
49er fans? Wait. You think that Chase Young is going to get 3 sacks?
What?
You think Chase?
Didn't
Okay.
even have that with the Niners
Okay.
last year?
All right.
What?
Myles Garrett got 1, but you think Chase Young is going to get 3? Okay. You know what? 49er fan, you might want to worry about Christian McCaffrey being put on IR. How about that one? How about that one?
Crack bet, sign bet. You know?
Okay. So if McCaffrey
he won't be back until week 7.
till mid-October.
Week 7. Oh, we play on week 8, right? 49ers?
Week 8, yeah. Yeah, we play him week 8.
Interesting.
Sunday night.
Well, that's as soon as he can return. That's the soonest.
True.
Doesn't necessarily mean that he can. Mark,
Yeah.
you know I'm an Eagles fan, but how can you take the heat and the trolls? Logan, you know what? Here's the thing here's what I want you to
Logan's
understand.
cool,
No, honestly, and I was hoping Ginger Rogers would be here because Ginger just started her YouTube channel and she had her first video out yesterday. Here's the thing, Logan. Logan, I grew up when I was one of the first classes integrated in school, okay? I literally got bullied in school. I got called the N-word on a regular basis and everything else and was in fights left and right, okay? I've been through all that stuff. There's nobody who's behind a keyboard who is anonymous who can't touch me that can say anything that's going to bother me. In fact, here's the other part of the equation here, and this is a lesson to anybody who's doing YouTube. Trolls are actually your biggest friend, believe it or not, because trolls will comment and do more and more interaction with you because YouTube doesn't care if people like you or hate you. They only care about how many people watch you. So if the trolls want to come in here and tell me I'm stupid and this, that, and the other, what you're doing is you're helping my channel grow and helping me get paid.
Yeah, they're doing you a favor because the only thing you two care about is the views.
That's it. And Lord knows Stephen A. Smith has made millions because of that.
Right.
So that, you know, I mean, so people want to come in and tell me you're an idiot. You fell out of a chair. You're a crybaby. Okay. Let me cry onto the bank. How about that?
And you got to think too, winners don't do that. Like Michael Jordan isn't going to go comment on any other basketball player's post saying that he sucks. You know what I mean? Like, mostly all losers.
Well, and also too, the other thing is the Denzel Washington clip. I need to get that loaded on here.
I love that one too. I like when
those who can do, those who can't talk about those who can. So you know, I'm not going to ever belittle somebody who's actually putting themselves out there to try and do something different out of their comfort zone.
And the trolls be waiting for you to put out a video.
Oh my God.
Like waiting. Yeah. I came across one of your videos. I forget which one this week.
Oh man.
And the guy said, Mark thinks about Dak more than he thinks about. And then I looked and I seen that his comment came 5 minutes before that, and your video uploaded 7 minutes before.
Right.
So 2 minutes.
And it's like you think about Mark Holmes more than I think about Dak.
Was on it, yeah.
I was like, you made this comment 2 minutes after this video was uploaded. Yeah, just think about that for a second.
Yeah, you think about Mark Holmes.
There's no point now in anyone saying, any Cowboys fans talking about, oh, let's get rid of Dak. Look, you're not going to hear that out of my mouth anymore. We got
you
Dak
can't.
Is our quarterback for the next 3-4 years. It's not like there's no point in talking about it no more, people. He's our quarterback. Gonna have to back him up.
Okay. All right. So wait a minute. Let's stop here for a second. Let's think about this for one quick second here.
He's got no trade clause too, I think, again,
let's start putting some pieces together right now. Okay. If Jerry Jones, you currently have about $26 million of money in the bank, right? You got your quarterback signed. You got now CeeDee Lamb. Both of them seem motivated and happy and excited and so forth, right? You now look at the landscape. You see that the Green Bay Packers may lose their quarterback for 2, 3, maybe 6 weeks, right? That was one of the teams that Dan Orlovsky said, oh, the Packers are better than you, right? You've got now the Atlanta Falcons, where Kirk Cousins has re-injured his foot. That was another one that Dan Orlovsky said they're better than you, right? You now have Christian McCaffrey on injured reserve for the next 4 weeks. You look at that and say, that's going to be a hit to them. And you got the Eagles with Kellen Moore. So all of a sudden, you start looking at this thing, and things change quickly. Things change quickly. If this was a year to go all in and say, let's go out and make some moves to try and go all the way, it's lining up that this would be the time to do that. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
The way it's starting out? If you get, sometimes you get lucky when you play people. Green Bay is probably not going to win these games without Jordan Love. And it's going to be harder for the 49ers.
The Cowboys got cap space. Look, they could easily, find a team that has a good player that they're not doing well, and they can make trades. They can bring in better players if they want to.
What position would y'all trade for right now?
I would like a defensive lineman that can make a impact immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying our defensive line is garbage, but I would like that one guy. Okay, we got him. It's Vita Vea, like a Chris Jones. I'm not saying those guys are going to be out there, but there's got to be some teams that aren't going to be, that are going to be bad that we could pick their rosters. Those are the teams that are going to want to be open to trading players.
Okay, 49er fan.
You're not going to be able to get good players off the teams that are in contention.
It's going to be teams that playing. Well, this is where you start looking at a team that's like the Browns right now. At the moment, you look at the Browns and say they don't have a quarterback. They're not going to go anywhere. Or maybe Miami might be one that's desperate. Maybe you end up trading for the running back, Williams. Say, hey, we'll trade straight up Trey Lance for Williams or something like that.
Running back or a good, swing tackle. How about that?
Yeah.
Hell, trade for another all-world linebacker that's out there on a bad team.
Mm-hmm.
More of that too, yeah.
If we could get,
you can't have enough good linebackers.
If
or another wide receiver.
If Jalen Tolbert don't do nothing, we might need a receiver.
Or a receiver.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not. Hold on. It's just one game. You were going against a good team. And you had to understand, too, the game plan on that one was we're not trying to take a lot of time on these pass routes because we got two rookies out there. You know what I mean? You were trying to do stuff that was going to be quick hitting to get your guys comfortable. You can easily have a guy go out in their first game and be ruined. I think Chaz Green having that first game that he had, I think that just screwed up his whole career. And so the Cowboys were looking, let's get the ball out quickly. Let's just, just keep this thing really simple and get them comfortable.
What's encouraging is it was a game on the road,
which
we didn't do good on the road last year. They are a playoff team. And the Cowboys, they didn't just win. The Cowboys kicked the Browns' teeth in.
They did. They were more physical.
It wasn't a close game. The Cowboys just bitch slapped them on all phases of the game.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Yeah, this second half offense, I wish it could have been better. But
Russell says Trey Lance was awful in the preseason. He was awful the last game. But, you got Daniel Jones who's awful all the time.
Yeah, and he's starting.
Oh, man, Trey Lance would be an upgrade over Daniel Jones for the Giants. Shit.
To clarify, Dano896, that channel is my original channel that was killed by YouTube that resurrected it and gave it to us back.
There.
So that's why there's only 26,000 on that channel. The other channel has got the 131,000. So we're streaming on both of those channels. So that's the thing. I'm out, but I give you a like. So don't say I didn't support. Appreciate I Am Ruse. I appreciate that, buddy. I've got two screens here that I'm watching over there. But I appreciate the thumbs up and the like.
Hey, all the 49ers fans, they're going to be trolling. Hey, look, they kicked the shit out of the the Jets. Hey, the 49ers are going to be good. Now Dallas.
Yeah.
We have to slay that dragon. I always come back to it. We have to slay that dragon. We have to.
But here's the thing. Okay, I'll say two things.
Let me see. Is that game in Minneapolis tomorrow in San Francisco?
It's Minneapolis, I think.
It's in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I don't know. Minnesota may be ready for them tomorrow because if you remember last year when they played on the Monday night in Minneapolis,
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota beat they beat Frisco like they beat Frisco like they stole something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Damn
It's back.
Donald revenge game.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a different quarterback. So
Yeah.
David Watson said our offense stalled in the second half.
But if you remember,
I think they got also more conservative too to run out the clock.
Yeah, they were playing up, so you got to think they were running the ball. They weren't passing as much as they were.
Yeah, it stalled out, but also, the Browns defense isn't no pushover.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
That front seven's elite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
They got
think
some good corners too.
Yeah, honestly.
No, because that Cleveland team, they led the league in total defense last year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They still had defensive player of the year on their side of the field too.
Right.
Trey Lance will end up in New York.
I don't care. At least we get something for him.
Yeah, I don't care where he be.
Yeah, give me a starting line. Yeah, give me a starting linebacker for him.
Mm-hmm.
Or Cooper back, man.
What's the guy they just?
Browns, you want Trey Lance? Give us Mark Cooper back. We'll take it.
That one I wouldn't mind doing.
Trade for a couple people this offseason?
They always do. But, here's the thing, going back to the 49ers game against the Jets. Doesn't it seem like every year they hype up the Jets that the Jets are going to be great?
No, Mark, I'll give them a benefit of the doubt, Mark. They went into San Fran like it was the first game. When we went into San Fran last year, we got our teeth kicked.
I understand that. But I'm not trying. Actually, I'm not trying to take anything away from San Francisco, but I don't know that the Jets are a good team.
Yeah, it's just hard to tell with that.
Everybody. Here's the thing: as everybody says, "Oh well, with Aaron Rodgers, they're going to the Super Bowl." It's like, but Aaron Rodgers ain't been to the Super Bowl since what?
Yeah,
2010.
But what you want Aaron Rodgers to do? You wanted Aaron Rodgers to come out there and sling the ball for 5 touchdown passes on that 49ers defense? I mean, is that what you wanted him to do?
You just can't do that no more.
He's not the same quarterback that he used to be, and hence.
Yeah.
I don't think he was the sole reason they lost that game, neither.
I'm not saying exactly. Okay, now you're getting to the meat of it. What I'm saying is that team is overrated. The whole idea, the Jets, they can go to the Super Bowl. That's bullshit. I'm sorry, that's fake hype. There's nothing with the Jets that said to me that they are a Super Bowl contender. I'm sorry, to me they're overrated.
I thought if Aaron Rodgers stayed healthy last year, they could have been a playoff team.
They could have been a playoff team, but
I'm not saying
they had them like they are going to challenge Kansas City.
No, I'm not that far.
But that's the way they always make it. Oh, my God, the Jets are going to be... In the same way, no disrespect, Packer fans. Green Bay got hot.
They did.
At the end of the season. But they also had a cake schedule. They didn't play a whole lot of teams that were winning records last year. And the Cowboys... Listen, I'm still going to go ahead and fall on my sword and say that the Cowboys overlooked their ass because they're like, it's a 7th seed, we're at home. We're going to kick their teeth in.
Yeah, right.
But what I saw from Jordan Love before he got hurt,
he didn't look good.
He kept throwing off his. He kept throwing going backwards. His mechanics were so far off, it wasn't even funny. He did not. I'm like, this is the same team that came in and kicked our teeth in.
Kind of being like off balance or whatever.
And even though I hate the Eagles, they do find a way to win. So it's annoying, but they find a way to win. Even though the Eagles, they didn't impress me. Their defense wasn't. I think we could shred their defense to pieces.
Yeah, me too.
And Saquon Barkley has never beat the Cowboys.
Never.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is true.
No, I just think it's. Mike Zimmer, people, Drew, how are the players going to adjust to Mike
Gibson
Zimmer's
in the
defense?
house.
I'm like, man, they adjusted just fine from what it looked like.
Yeah, I'm glad they brought him back.
But I'm going to go back on the other thing and say, was that a good challenge with them out with their 2 tackles?
Who can call that defense?
Right, and he knows Mike Zimmer's system. Yeah,
he caught that interception Sunday.
Right.
I saw him up close. He's not a big dude, man. He's small.
Mm-hmm.
He's small and stout.
Game Day Brian is back. Did he come back with an RV?
What's it, Mark? That's what John Gruden was talking about later in that video. The Cowboys defense. He's like, Mike Zimmer has Kendricks in there. He's calling the defense. He's able to communicate, with the players on the field and the defense. This defense, because he's out there calling.
Now they go back when Kendricks was under Zimmer at Minnesota.
Right, exactly. He knows his defense.
Now
I've
those,
always liked Mike
you know,
Zimmer.
if we do go far, and if somebody was to say what was the key to the creation that led to this year, it would have to be Mike Zimmer and Kansas.
Right.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
You know, and not to mention the rookie class from last year making an actual impact.
Yeah, true. They made no impact last year. So it's
You
like
know,
it's
if
fun
you
to
got
improve.
if you got Overshown playing like a beast this year, it's like, you know, and Mozzie stepping up.
Man.
And the fact
Yeah.
that you got 4 rookies that are playing.
I saw Overshown at the game last week. He was flying around like a missile. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
He was flying.
That boy is fast.
Mark,
Yeah, he's fast as hell.
that boy was outbeating. He was outbeating Micah on tackles. You hear me?
Mm-hmm.
He was.
Mike was like, "What the fuck is he doing?
He-
Get my damn tackles."
Michael said when he ran past him and when Overshown got the sack, Michael said he didn't know what was going on.
No,
And
Yeah.
he was right there.
and you know, and I'm gonna say it.
Say it.
I'm not trying to be ahead of nothing. But when we play Baltimore,
Mm-hmm.
that's when we need to play spy
Yeah.
on what's the name.
And they're gonna do the same thing with Kamara tomorrow.
Yeah, that's when we need to. Overshawn need to play spy on the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens.
Double
Right.
spy.
Yeah, exactly. Double spy him.
Not all the time, but mix it up.
Right.
Ollie Pierce, game time.
Mix it up.
Bill Engrave always says RV sounds for ruined vacations. Wow.
Yeah, I read that. It's funny.
Oh, man.
My friend says that too.
Yeah, I've seen some horror stories from people buying on some of the new RVs and things, and they come back and they've got all kinds of issues. They actually said you're better off buying used ones where they've already been through all the break-in period to
Yeah,
see
we
what's
should
going to
never
break
do
out down
that.
on them.
That's what
Wasn't
Game Time Brown
Tyler
was
Smith
saying.
actually? This is his 3rd season. Russell, this is his 3rd season. His rookie season, he played left tackle because Tyler Smith is out. Last year, he played guard and was all-pro guard, and hopefully he is again this year.
Yeah, I think Dak's going to win at least 1 or 2 Super Bowls with Dallas while he's there.
Mark 271792. What's up with the 49er Eagle Trolls? It's actually kind of light today. Usually we have Drew in here who's talking all kinds of smack and things, and usually we have Leo in here praising the Eagles and their activity. So, you know, it's kind of like, and I don't even think I've seen Philadelphia and it's 50 million
No
emojis.
emojis?
Yeah, no emojis. We've had Logan Motorsports.
Logan's cool.
And
He's cool people.
we had I'm sorry, what's the other one that's been in here? Logan.
Linda? Was she in
Well,
there?
Linda. I haven't seen Linda today.
No.
She's cool.
Yeah, she's cool. Those are cool.
Yeah,
Eagle
Linda's
fans.
cool.
She's
Yeah.
real knowledgeable one. No, but there's another
Yeah.
another Eagle fan that's in here who's actually kind of cool.
I enjoy
I like
Logan
that.
too.
They
All
said
right, so-
the Carolina Panthers only pressured Derek Carr 3 times last week. That's it.
Yeah.
Because they stink.
Yep.
That's an easy way to put up 40-something points.
And they have young tackles,
The
don't they,
Cowboys
New
will be going
Orleans?
after them tomorrow. I know that already. Cowboys will be pressuring them tomorrow. Going
Yeah,
after
I'm
them.
pretty sure they got young tackles too, New Orleans. So our edges will take care of that.
You know, my one of my nephews was talking to me, you know, when I came on from Cleveland this week. Man, y'all gonna have problem with New Orleans, man. They put 47 on Carolina. I'm like, dude, they were playing a damn high school football team. Come on, man.
Yeah, they weren't very good anyway.
You know what? I tell you though, having the other channel over here has actually been really cool because I've come across a lot of old videos that I thought I'd lost. And one of them was Demario Davis because I wanted to get Demario when he was a free agent from the Jets. And
That would have been so nice.
he was in, you know, he was at my house. I cooked dinner for him, and he was down in Joe Boo's studio, and I interviewed him and talking to him. Oh my God! But he has, in his time with New Orleans, He's got about 650 tackles, 22 sacks, 3 interceptions, and hasn't missed a game.
That's it too. That availability is insane, especially
Hasn't
as a
missed a
linebacker.
game.
Yeah.
You're right, Mark. We should have drafted him instead.
Or signed him as a free agent.
Signed him. Yeah.
Oh my God!
They drafted
we drafted
Van
Van
Der
Der
Esch.
Esch. You know, and Van Der Esch wasn't bad,
But I'm
Yeah,
proud
just
of
his
Van Der Esch. He
injuries.
did what he could. He's from up
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
And, you know, honestly, being up here in this neck of the woods where he's from, we don't get a lot of people that really look at us, you know, or the small schools here. And he played 8-man football in a small town not too far from me. And to see him actually do what he did.
it's Jimbo. Jimbo's in here.
You know, that's cool. You know, it's bad,
Yeah,
sad about
totally.
his neck. But, you know, there's a lot of other talent everywhere else, too. And there's a lot of people that don't get their dream. So I was glad to see one person from here actually be able to do it.
Jimbo, my channel in 2019, they said I got a notification that I was spamming, and this is when Travis Frederick ended up having Guillain-Barré syndrome, and I did like 3 videos about Travis Frederick and things, and for whatever reason at that point YouTube was like, oh no, don't make a video about the same thing, and now they encourage you to spam. They literally want you to reuse content and everything else. It's like, you know, they're like, we're cutting our nose off to spite our face. What are we doing here now? So I was able to actually get that channel back. And like I said, there's some really cool stuff. I've got an interview with like Mike Fisher and stuff in there, which is kind of funny when Cowboys came into Washington. You know, there's a lot of stuff in there. I guess I have to have some time just to go through them and pick them out. But it's also funny looking at where the Cowboys were, because we still have the same issues with Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones. And you think about some of the talent that we were relying on and some of the players that we brought in, it's like they weren't exactly bringing in the best of the best. When you start thinking about guys like Alan Hearns, you know, or Trayvon Austin and some of the receivers that we were bringing in, they never brought in any top-tier people.
You know what linebacker I miss, Mark?
What's that?
Sean Lee is like one of my favorites.
Sean Lee. If Sean Lee could have stayed healthy, he had the mind. I mean, he was just incredible as far as recognizing defenses. You know, it was just great. Unfortunately, he had a bad knee coming out of college. They didn't really find out that it was screwed up until years down the road, but it was always something that was bothering him. If he could have had the body to go with it, he would have been incredible.
Yeah, I remember. When
I just thought about something more.
The splits of the rushing attack, and it was crazy.
What's that, Thomas?
I just thought. Just think if he would have never bumped into Zach Martin in training camp in
his rookie year.
2014. We would have won a
It wasn't training camp. It was OTAs, man.
It was OTAs.
It was OTAs, the first practice and like the first play. Zach Martin pulled and came around, and boom, there went that knee.
Because if you remember, that was that year when that was that big year that we had.
Yeah. Which was crazy because that year was crazy because we had the worst defense in 2013. DeMarcus Ware went. Jason Hatcher signed with Washington, and Sean Lee went down. And we went from 31st in defense to 19th.
Because him and what's his name would have been the linebackers. What's his name? The one that went off the deep end, the one that fell off the deep end from Alabama. Because we got him from Oakland.
Oh God.
McQueen, Rolando McQueen.
That was another guy who, if he really loved football, oh my God.
Yeah.
He had the ability. He was a great thumper.
He was a freak. He was a freak of nature.
Yeah.
That was the year that Seattle game?
David Watson, don't put that out in the universe. The game tomorrow against the Saints remind me of the Cardinals game last year. I'm a little nervous.
The Dez Bryant catch happened that year, 2014.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, I'm talking about during the season that Seattle.
Yeah, they went up to Seattle and beat the Legion of Boom. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because I remember my cousin, he went to that game.
Yeah. It was a good game.
Cowboy
Yeah,
fans, you guys better go to the Super Bowl this year
tight end.
after all the stuff you talked after. What stuff did we talk?
We're
I didn't-
saying Super Bowl. We just want a playoff win.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It was hold on. It's the talking heads. No, hold on. I have already said how many times do I have to say don't get too excited or too upset
Don't
by
get
what
too
you see the
excited.
first month.
For real.
Because you don't know what team
and,
is.
that's what I, and that's what I tell some of the Cowboy fans. I said, man, don't
Slow
get
your
too
roll.
excited about what happened because every time we have gotten too excited about this and that, y'all will be the first ones that'll get mad and get pissed off and say you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that. You mad at this play, you mad at that play, you mad at Jerry Jones, you mad at Mike McCarthy. Don't get mad. Don't.
That's a long season ahead. We got a lot of games to go.
For sure.
Yeah, we got 16 more of these to go. This is a marathon.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
so right
everybody's just
now
getting up
we
to
got the
speed
New
on what
Orleans
they need to
Saints,
do.
and let's see what we can do with that one.
Oh yeah.
See, the horses haven't even started running the Derby yet.
For real.
Russell said,
Yeah,
"I'm."
Jason Witten was my
I'm
favorite
saying
tight
the
end.
Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. Okay. I hope you're right, but I'm not saying that. Okay. I'm not ready to say that. Because even if we make the playoffs, I'm not ready to say that yet either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We got a long, long ways to go and plenty of time to think about that. I'm going to
Oh,
enjoy
yeah, I'm
watching
saying one
tomorrow's
game at a
game.
time.
Targeting?
Mm.
That's not targeting.
I'm glad
I was like,
we showed what we did though on the offensive line. That's a start, and they did what I thought they do. They make things small for Guyton there on the corner though, even though he did get beat a couple times. But I was impressed with BB though.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good sign,
Well, the good thing too about Guyton, he's next to an All-Pro.
Oh yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's it's gonna help him having Tyler Smith next to him right now.
Well, and keep in mind, not everybody has a defensive front like the Cleveland Browns. And you're not
Very
going to
true.
be playing
Yeah.
against Myles
Yeah.
Garrett every week.
Exactly.
And, if we're looking at the Eagles' pass rush was, I think, a 0, basically.
Yeah, they're gonna miss Reddick, I think.
Are they really going to miss
Yeah.
Reddick?
Yeah, I think they're gonna miss him.
Michael Irvin said on Speak he'd be happy the Cowboys got to an NFC championship. I didn't realize until yesterday that Michael Irvin's got a YouTube channel now.
Yep.
Did anybody
cool.
else know that?
I
didn't know
that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
that's what I would do if I was them. Get fired. Okay, you can fire me. You want to start my YouTube channel.
Well,
Yeah.
it seems like everybody's on YouTube these days now. But the only reason why I knew that was because I saw he was doing a video about Tua, and it might be time to shut it down and things, and that's where everybody's kind of looking at that and saying, "Bro, you can't keep doing this stuff, man."
Yeah, best football channel on YouTube, I think, is John Gruden. Man, the way he breaks it down and the X's and O's and the schemes and stuff, yeah. That's a real football show right there.
Oh, is it on YouTube too, Wade?
Yeah, you just go type in John
just
Gruden
started.
YouTube channel. Yeah, he breaks down like player for player, scheme for scheme, defenses, all the X's and O's. Like, that's a real football show right there.
I know there's been rumors that he might want to go back to college.
Leroy
I'm
Gonzalez,
not
I'm doing
sure.
great. I think I think that channel's new, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really new. But he kind of does what he did on the QB camp, but kind of the whole team, like Walker Wade was saying.
Yeah, Jason Witten's my favorite tight end for the Dallas Cowboys.
How could he not be? Witten's awesome.
He was awesome. Yeah, I miss him.
He was great.
Probably Novacek, man. He was good too.
Novacek,
Oh, yeah, I like
he-
him too. Yeah, I
Welcome to
like him
Gruden
too.
Loves Football. This is episode number 2.
Yeah.
yeah, there it is.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Gruden
his
loves
he
football.
he comes from a big football family anyway because
Yeah.
his dad was a football coach.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it looks like his first video was 11 days ago, and that was a short.
He had Doug Williams on a few days ago.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, wasn't Gruden part of that West Coast offense too?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, at
Yeah,
Green Bay
that's what I
back in the
Okay,
back in the
yeah.
early to mid '90s.
Okay, yeah. So you came from San Francisco too, then? Chris Holmgren went there. If you remember right?
Huh?
Okay, Mike Holmgren. You know, he was one of those guys too
Yep.
that came from San Francisco. I was just,
And Andy
you know,
Reid.
yep.
Andy
Yeah, and
Reid was
Andy too.
there.
Yeah. Mhm.
Dennis Green.
Mariucci, all of them was there. That Green Bay coaching staff in the early to mid '90s, that coaching tree.
Was good.
Uh,
Landlord in the house.
That's Mike Holmgren's baby. That's Mike
Yeah.
Holmgren's baby.
Well, here's the one that Mike McDaniel's down in Tampa. It seems like he's getting a little dirt on him right now. You know, he was the hot coach that was hired and everything else. And you start looking at him with Miami, and some people will be looking and kind of saying, maybe this guy needs to go. Thoughts?
Make you wonder.
He's part of the Shanahan tree, huh?
Yeah, well, he was
Yeah.
he was part of that Washington tree where Shanahan, him, and
Him, Sean McVay,
Sean McVay
and,
were all there at the same time.
and the Shanahan son.
Mm-hmm.
Make you wonder what the hell was Washington doing, letting them go in the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
It was called Daniel Snyder.
Because
exactly.
Daniel Snyder. Because shoot, think about it. All three of them would have been fighting for the head coaching job in Washington if they would have stayed.
True.
Yeah, 100%.
The issue is they would survive no matter what. Washington doesn't have a franchise quarterback. They were going to get fired regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's big facts.
Yeah, I support Dak since he's been here. I've always liked Dak.
You and me both. Okay.
You know, I've always liked Dak since his days in Mississippi State. You know,
he was good in the SEC.
I used to watch him every Saturday. I live here in SEC country. I live here in Nashville, and you know, with me being in SEC country, they show all the SEC games every Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It didn't matter what station it was on. They showed an SEC game. They showed all of them, really.
Oh, we got the landlord in the house from Alabama. What's up, landlord?
Landlord! What's up, dude? That's my guy right there, landlord. Mark.
I met him at training camp, man. He's good people. Definitely.
Yeah, Mark, my grandpa passed away July 31st.
Well, I'm sorry to
hear that, bud.
Yeah. He had stage 4 cancer.
I'll take Mike Mike D over McCarthy any day. Trip Aces. But I tell you what has McDaniel's done with Tampa? It's not that he doesn't have weapons.
Mm-hmm. What has he done with any team he's been with, really, except for the Patriots?
Mm-hmm.
When Belichick was running.
The good news, I have my wife's cancer free.
That's good.
Fortunately, Lamborghini. Yeah. I see you have Trey Lance to Miami for a back. I'm with it. Yeah, well, you know, we can make up all these trades and stuff, but, you know, the question will be,
you gotta,
would it actually work? Does it work for the other team is the question. And
you got to remember, he was just on the market 2 years ago. We were the highest bidders. So. Yeah.
Have you all seen that new Beetlejuice movie? It's pretty awesome.
I haven't seen it yet.
I hope Leo's okay.
Yeah, for real.
Because Leo never misses.
Maybe he's just smoking, Mark.
It's all right. Let Leo be. I don't feel like arguing with Eagles fans today.
I do.
He said, "Have y'all seen the Beetlejuice movie?" And the first person that came to Mark's mind is Leo.
Well, yeah, it's usually if you say Leo 3 times, he shows. I'm going to have to send him an email, make sure he's okay.
Maybe you need to set him out some bait, some of that green bait.
That's funny.
Freaking Leo. He's funny. I like him, though.
Yeah, good guy.
All right, so let's. I've got a lot to do this evening and stuff.
Yeah, the Eagles play Monday. There's a bar here next to my house. It's a Eagles. Was it a home bar? You know, for their game.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna crash their party on Monday.
I have a 49er one by me. So. Go crash that too.
I'm gonna have pizza tomorrow when I watch the game tomorrow.
There you go.
Nice. I'm having brisket tomorrow.
It's an early game though, so that'll be fun.
I'm gonna cook it tonight, and I'll have leftovers tomorrow.
There you go.
All right. Well, we're gonna have that shrimp sub tomorrow. The shrimp poor boys tomorrow, and Joe Boo
That'll be
wings.
good.
Predictions for tomorrow.
I think it's going to be close.
I think the Cowboys are going to kick the crap out of the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to go on a limb and say it. I don't think it's going to be close. I do not.
I agree with Wade. I think we'll beat them by 13 at least.
I think I'm gonna change my score 42-21. Cowboys.
LL bringing his trap house to Mark's house. Okay.
I think 35-14 Dallas Cowboys.
20-35.
Well,
there you go.
Like I told like I told Game Time the other day, I don't have a horse in this race because I ain't gonna be able to watch the game. But my prediction is 41-20.
I'm gonna go 37-17.
Whoa.
28-14.
17.
I think 28-14 is what I originally said Friday night. Cowboys should smash the Saints by 20. You know, I'm not one of those big Derek Carr ones that believe that Derek Carr is a great quarterback. But they do have some weapons and things. And we're not playing in New Orleans, so that will definitely help.
I just think we get ahead with the third and fourth quarter.
Now, Mark, I know you don't like Josh Allen, but he is pretty solid, though.
Oh, I have to give him credit on the win the other night. They took care of business. Yeah,
I know my dad.
They jumped on Miami. They jumped on Miami early, and then stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, we got to handle our business tomorrow. You know, this is the home opener, and you know, the the boys, they should have a bad taste in their mouth from what happened back in January. Fans gonna be fired up.
Yep.
Wade, you know this better than anybody. Right now, the city's probably jumping for tomorrow. I wish I was there right now.
Surprisingly, no, the city of Dallas is like, everyone's got that mindset of like, no, we got to wait till the playoffs before we get too excited.
Exactly.
I mean, there's not that much like hype, or there's not that much hype around here like there usually is. It's like, no, when you get to the playoffs, you got to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and it is true. It is true, because you know what? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. They cannot go 12-4 or 12-5 4 years in a row and not make a conference title. That'd be absolutely abysmal. That would be a travesty. That'd be just that's
be a travesty. You know, we
that would be like,
you know, this would be the fourth year in a row we go 12-5.
That's historical bad.
Yes, that's historic. You know, we got to go far this time.
Oh yeah, we need to.
If that's the case, if that happens, then Bill Belichick's the coach next year.
Yeah, exactly.
I think Bill Belichick.
No. I'm pretty sure. Like if they get knocked off in the wild card, like beat down by some team, and we got a real good record, oh, bro, they're gonna clean house.
Yeah, the coaches. You ain't cleaning house on Dak and CD. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard.
You can't. You've got a no trade clause with Dak, and you're not going to take
Not saying clean house in the aspect of like get rid of all your players, but man, the coaching staff's probably going to be rearranged something serious.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, here would be an interesting
hopefully we
one.
fix some of the problems this year too, Advance. I don't care about the season, dude. Just get to the damn playoffs and let's get started there. One game at a time, and let's shut some people up on the other side and run them over.
I'm concentrating.
I agree, Chris.
I'm concentrating on the now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm concentrating on 2024
and win enough games to get into the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, I did that first round bye. That's gonna be nice.
You know, I just hate the fact
Cowboys need to fight for. You know, you gotta We got to fight, and we got to win the division. And you always want to get I don't know what to believe. A week of rest doesn't matter or not. You need home field advantage. You really do, because if you look statistically at teams that get home field advantage, they usually make the Super Bowl.
Well, it sure did for the Eagles. They played the Giants and then a broke down 49er team.
They'll have to beat the 49ers and Detroit during the season to get that home field advantage.
Yes, they will.
And I agree with Wade. We need to beat the crap out of you Niner fans. I'm sorry, but we need to beat you Niners.
Oh, no, it's time. It's time.
We can't sit back now.
We got to
sit back
the
Niners.
Yeah.
I think
those
our real
pieces in
test
place,
is gonna be
hopefully, to
next
get us
week
over
when we
that
play
hump,
Baltimore. That's going to be a real test.
That's how you
That's
let
gonna be
the
a good
fan
game.
base. That's how you let the fan base know you're turning the corner. Is if you go into San Fran and beat them.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, them and Baltimore too. Yeah.
If you go into San Fran and get shellacked, I'm just like, okay, this is same dance, same story, same movie. I've seen it all before.
Right. Yep.
Yeah. Well,
The shit is getting like Wade said,
Because
it's
look,
getting old.
and come on now, it can be done. Because you know what? Look, the 49ers did the same thing. We slacked them 2 times in the 90s. They went out, they built their team, and that season they went to our house and beat us. They beat us, and then in the NFC Championship they beat us. They got over us.
Yeah,
that's what we need to do to them.
Yeah.
Right.
I think we will.
well,
It's not that
as far as
hard.
score tomorrow, I say Dallas wins 31-22. Because I think our defense is way better than their offense.
I mean, we're going to be put. Next week we're playing Baltimore. I mean, we're going to be I think the first part of the season
That's
is going to
be a tough game.
First part of the season is going to be the roughest part.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the quarterback for that game.
Because after we played San Francisco, the toughest game after that probably is Houston.
Probably, huh?
Yeah. We should really win the rest of those.
Because we played Detroit, if I'm not mistaken. We played
before San
Before
Francisco.
Yeah, like we got a good little gauntlet here the next 5 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Baltimore is important too, because I want to see what we do with their quarterback being able to run and handling the running game between their new back.
Oh yeah, this is a large.
I will say this: if we can go through the first 6 weeks, and we're no worse than 3-3, we're in good shape.
Yeah, that would be good. 500. That would really.
I know
be
that
good.
sounds bad, but the schedule the way we have this year, let me pull it up. Let's see.
We get our hard games out of the way. I know that.
Because people thought we were going to lose to the Browns, of course, but
To
with
be
the
honest
Saints,
with you, I'd rather lose to the bad teams and beat all the good teams now. I'm just like, you know what? Let's reverse it. Let's reverse it.
No, I
Let's
don't know
lose
about
to
that.
the bad
Okay.
teams and beat all the good teams.
well, I tell you what, if you get a win against the Saints, you got the Ravens, which will be tough, but
That'd
that's
be
at home.
pretty tough. Yeah.
And then we have the
Giants.
Thursday, and then Thursday we have the Giants. So that's good that we get the Giants on Thursday night, and which means then we get a break before we play the Steelers. And I think you got a good chance against the Steelers. And then you've got the Lions and 49ers. And if you can get through
So we play the Lions out to Pittsburgh, right?
after Pittsburgh, right?
That's not fair, but I tell you why.
Why?
That's a mini bye. That's a mini bye.
What is?
Well, here's the deal.
There's a mini bye before the
Because we play
Steelers,
the Giants at Thursday. We play the Giants at Thursday.
and then we got
and we
the
had
Steelers.
them for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. So you got
here's
that
the
for
deal,
the
y'all.
Steelers.
They can't lose focus. I mean, look at the Eagles last year. The
Yeah,
Eagles
exactly.
went on a tirade, beat all those good teams, and then they started losing to bad teams.
But here's the
Eagles got
thing,
to
though.
stay focused. They got to stay consistent.
You realize though
one
we
week
have
at a time.
we have our bye week before San Francisco.
Lawyer, I'm gonna tell you something. And let me go on this drawer right here and dig out a receipt that I used to tell y'all last year.
He's pulling out
about
receipts
Philadelphia.
now.
That receipt, I ain't told you to, Mark. Philadelphia have always been known for starting fast out the gate. November and December come around, they suck ass. They can't win nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Year four last, they they got good on the humble in November, December. But last year they fell back into their old ways. November, December, they become the Philadelphia of old.
All right.
I'm not saying that it's gonna happen again, but last year they fell back into their old ways.
Yeah, and they got some breaks last year too.
They got a lot against Washington twice.
They got a lot of breaks. Buffalo against the Eagles dropped a touchdown pass. I think Kansas City dropped a touchdown pass. And Justin Jefferson fumbled for a touchback at the 1 yard line.
Oh my God!
They supposed to lost
before the half, and it went. Yeah,
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Philadelphia, they should have lost to Buffalo. They should have lost to Kansas City. It was a lot of. It was a lot
to Washington twice.
It was a lot of games Philadelphia should have lost last year. A lot of games they should have lost.
Marty, your hairline must be way back. Do you really think Dax is going to be better than Bryce Young?
Is that even a serious question right now? That's a troll question.
That's
a troll question.
That's a troll question.
My God.
Yeah.
Better than Bryce.
Hell, the owner might be selling the team over how bad that drafting and running that team is gone.
Exactly.
That owner might lose a franchise over that pick. $2.
Did he go? He went number one, right?
Yeah,
Young
over
went number one.
Bryce Young went
Yeah,
number
but
one.
it was the owner that chose to draft. Oh man, I wanted Bryce Young, not
Stroud.
C.J. Stroud.
C.J.
Not
Stroud, yeah. He should have went Stroud.
Yeah, because it was between Young and Stroud on who they wanted. And they took Young instead.
Yeah, and it said that the scouts and all the people, like the coach, they all wanted Stroud, and the owner wanted Bryce Young.
Yeah.
Listen to the football people.
That's for for all you out there that think it's just easy to get a quarterback. Okay, take a look at some of the guys that have been drafted the last couple of years. Shout out to, we got a new member, Greg McNeil.
Hey, Greg, welcome.
I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I think that next year the midgets will end up signing Quentin Evers.
Got you for the drawings tomorrow.
Quinn Ewers.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past
Who will?
the
midgets.
midgets.
The Giants.
The Giants.
So we gotta enjoy these wins over there as long as we can.
I don't think Quinn's going to help them anyway. I mean, I've always said it too. You cannot. I mean, you could get the best. You could get all those Heisman winners. You could get all the Super Bowl MVP winners. Put them behind that Giants line. They ain't going to do very good.
Very
true on that one.
Yeah.
And that,
I'm sorry.
That was the funny thing to
line
me.
Sucks.
When everybody was like, "Oh, well, Dak Prescott could go to New York." It's like, if you were Dak Prescott, why would you want to go to the Giants? You know, that
Exactly.
team, they can't draft offensive linemen. You get killed.
No,
yeah,
they
you
don't
might
know
make a
how
few
to.
$1 million. No, you ain't going to the freaking Giants. Are you stupid?
No, and I
sorry.
bet you if you was approached Dak and tell him that, Dak would probably laugh in your face and say, "Man, if you don't get the hell out of my face, you better."
The Giants are now in their Washington phase to where they just were like, you know.
Dak probably saying, "Man, I got the Giants by the balls, man. What the hell you talking about? Some
He is
Giants?
literally owned
Get the hell out
the
of my face."
It's bad to be a Giant. It's hard to be a Giants fan right now. Hell, and a Carolina Panthers fan. Oh my gosh.
Well, Marcus
back
Blackman has a great question here.
Mark, that's the reason. That's the reason why you did the video on Kyle Pills the other day. Man,
Kyle Pizzle's miserable. Kyle Pizzle's
It's gonna be a
miserable right
long
now.
season.
Y'all watch
He's an entertainer for real.
the video when you get the chance.
Man, Kyle Pizzle made a video the other day. Mayday, going down.
Well, oh my God. Okay, wait. Okay, we have a sighting. Drew is on the other channel. He's on the down low. He's on Cowboy Joe Booth channel. Maybe he doesn't know that I have two channels because he's not on the main channel here. Welcome, Drew.
That was played in January, Thomas.
Oh, so okay.
When was the last time you guys were really relevant?
He was like, "When was the last time we got past the second round of the playoffs?"
Last year. Last year we played in January.
Exactly.
We got eliminated the same week y'all did.
Exactly.
Yeah,
but
we
we
did.
lasted longer by what? A couple hours?
By a couple hours, yeah. And then
Oh
we got
boy.
bounced.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
boy.
Eagles,
Yay,
y'all
Drew.
struggle. Y'all,
Drew, we
Eagles,
were
y'all,
worried about you, buddy.
y'all came
Now,
down
if
to the
anybody's
wire
seen
against the
Leo,
Packers. We beat our opponent down.
yeah. But Drew, you guys didn't have anything to cheer about last year either. But it's all good. It's you got the Atlanta Falcons. You should be able to get that win with or without AJ Brown. So that'll be another dub for you. And there's bang. See, look, they're all showing up late because they know they can get in, talk a little smack, and go. Okay.
Who are the Eagles playing Monday night? Is it the Vikings?
The Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons.
Okay.
Yeah.
We believe without Kirk Cousins.
I don't think it's going to be as easy as the Eagles fans might think it is.
I think that one's going to be a close
turns
one.
into Joe Montana.
I think that maybe the Falcons might shock them.
I think the Falcons are going to show
They get
up.
full of themselves, Eagles do. They get full of themselves and start pounding their chest. And
they're not going to be. Who did the Falcons play?
Oh, hold on. Wait. Somebody said Kirk Cousins experienced no lingering issues after Achilles. He says Achilles
was
is
having
good.
Some issues this past week,
not limiting mobility.
Yeah, they said he was having issues with his Achilles.
But then again, it's Kirk Cousins on Monday night.
Yep.
I've got a feeling you're going to see
it's a prime time game.
Michael Penix.
Michael Penix, yeah. You're going to see Penix Monday night.
Maybe Kirk Cousins can go out on top, Mark, and win a primetime game.
He's 0 for what?
Well, no, it's actually not as bad as it's made out to be. He's like below 500. I tell you what was funny. Okay, so this was. I was listening to First Take or something or other, and they were talking about the Cowboys versus playoff teams. The Cowboys versus playoff teams. They're only 11-11.
11 the last 3 years.
11-11. It's like, so you're 500 against playoff teams. That's the cream of the crop.
Yeah.
Put up the numbers for everybody else on playoff teams. I know. I believe that Eagles, Jalen Hurts is on the winning side, but most teams aren't beating playoff teams on a regular.
No.
There's a reason why the other team, they're playoff teams because they're winning games. But they made it sound like, they're just 11-11 against playoff teams. It's like, well, that's actually not bad.
Well, when is teams like Buffalo? When has Buffalo done anything? What have they done? What have they done? What has Josh Allen done?
Step away.
So much
Shout out to Robbie.
He don't have any rings. I mean, what the hell? But they act like Josh Allen's like the next Joe Montana, and he hasn't done shit. What the hell is?
I do like our chances.
I mean, these guys appraise him like he's Jesus Christ or something. I mean, he's a good quarterback, but he hasn't done nothing. What is Lamar?
I like
Jackson
our
done?
chances coming out of the NFC more than I do the Bills coming out of the AFC because they got to deal with Patrick Mahomes.
Brock Purdy, he hasn't done squat either. So why are these everybody so high on him? They're like the modern day Buffalo Bills to me. The 49ers are.
I think with Tua going out now, that's Buffalo's division to win.
Yeah, I think you're right on that because it's certainly not going to be the Jets.
New York Jets got something to say about that.
Yeah, nothing.
Come on now, give him a chance. Give Aaron Rodgers a chance, Mark.
Okay.
I usually when I watch the Jets before last season on Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks usually makes you think the team is going to be good. I watched the Jets on Hard Knocks and I said they're going to be terrible. Even with Aaron Rodgers, it didn't look good to me. It still doesn't.
Aaron Rodgers on the sideline, he just looked like he was just tapped out, man. He was just like, you had no emotion on his face at all.
Until I see Aaron Rodgers sucking like Brett Favre did that last year, I'm not going to say he's washed.
Well,
Brett Favre went to the Jets and stunk it up, but then he went to Minnesota and had one of his best careers.
Brett Favre, I think at 40 or was it 41, had the best year of his entire career. He threw for like 40 touchdown passes and like 8 interceptions or some ridiculous number.
Yeah.
Yeah, we remember Minnesota Brett Favre, don't we?
Maybe it's a New York Jets.
That's at the ripe age. That's at the ripe age of 40. That's like senior citizen in NFL years.
Yeah.
Let me do something here.
Man, I'll tell you what. I was watching Get Up and Stephen A. Smith. Of course, he always pisses me off. Just him and that chick,
Look,
they were just running their mouths about
Cowboys
us.
aren't going to shut anyone up till we get over the hump in the playoffs.
I think even then they'll still have something.
But even if we do that, they'll still.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we win a Super Bowl. I mean, if the day we win a Super Bowl, I think every fan should troll the crap out of Stephen A.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't even think he'll show up to the next day.
Yeah,
He'll be so
he
freaking
wouldn't
salty.
He wouldn't show up.
You probably
All
go.
right, let me read this to you
It's gonna
guys.
happen. You want me to tell you? It's gonna happen. You want me to tell you what ESPN is gonna tell Stephen A. Smith?
He'll probably get fired.
No, they're gonna tell him taking an extended vacation.
Totally.
Just to save his ass.
Okay, listen to this for a second. Okay, this and tell me what you would take. 64.5% completion percentage, 1,962 yards, 14 TDs, 7 interceptions. Or would you take 57.4% completion percentage, 1,324 yards, 6 TDs, and 6 interceptions? So let me say the first one again. The first
That
one
sounds
is
like that sounds like a 1970s game right there.
No, hold on. Okay. Okay. So 68.3
1980s.
Okay, wait a minute. 68.3 completion percentage versus a 57.4. Okay. 14 TDs versus 6. 7 interceptions versus 6. And actually, let me get the rating.
I mean, the first one. I would take the first one.
Yeah, I'd probably take the first one.
The first one rating 91 and the second one rating of 75. That's Lamar Jackson versus Dak Prescott in playoffs.
Wow.
Dak is the first one.
Dak is the first one.
Yeah, Dak's the first one. Yeah.
I'd take the first one.
Yeah, that's Dak.
Yeah, me too.
That's Dak.
I mean,
in
he
the
had
playoffs.
he had 5 TDs against Tampa Bay. People.
Well, he had 3 against Green Bay the first time.
Yeah,
They don't remember the good games. They just they just talk about the bad.
But the way they make it sound that Dak, every playoff game he ever plays, he's just he just rolls over and just pees on himself.
Played good against Green Bay,
Seattle,
the Rams,
the Rams game,
and
he did
Tampa
the Rams game,
Tampa Bay.
Yeah,
defense couldn't stop a nosebleed.
See, that's the thing is the fat lady ain't saying on Dak's career yet. He's still got time.
Oh, he's got plenty of time.
He's not Jim. He's not Jim Kelly or Dan Marino. They're done. Like they never won, and they can never redo it. Can never get it back.
Yeah.
And it haunts them all their life. So Dak, he's got to win.
I agree.
He's got to win.
He definitely.
He got time. He got all the time in the world.
I think he will.
So, final predictions here for the game. We're going to be getting out of here in 2 minutes. 2-minute warning.
You know, he say he won't do it in the Cowboy uniform. You got 5 years to do it, bro.
Yep. This would be. That's why I knew he wasn't leaving. Because if you grew up and the Cowboys are your favorite team, and you dream of playing the quarterback position for your team, and then you're in that spot for real, why would you want to leave? So that's why I knew he wasn't going nowhere.
Well, if you're Dak Prescott, that's the only thing you don't have. If you get a Super Bowl with the Cowboys, bro, you're headed straight. You're headed straight for the Hall of Fame.
It changes his life. He goes to the Ring of Honor. It's all said and done, he might be a Hall of Famer.
He'll own every passing record the Cowboys have.
Yeah.
So
he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's gonna be a Hall of Famer regardless of what, because every quarterback that has won a Super Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys is in Canton.
Well, you got to win. Okay, we haven't won one yet. There yet.
I will say this though: if Dak wins one Super Bowl and he gets in the Hall of Fame, you got to get Jim Plunkett in there. Damn, the damn guy's got 2 Super Bowl rings. Put him in the damn Hall of Fame.
Jim Plunkett should have been in there a long
he
time
definitely
ago.
should have.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, like he's the only quarterback with I think 2 rings that ain't in the Hall of Fame. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Drew is not worried about the Cowboys whatsoever because he's got a lot to worry about with the Eagles.
Yeah.
He's got
you got a
A.J.
quarterback
Brown, Kellen Moore, Jalen Hurts, Dracula. You got plenty to worry about. Don't put the Cowboys on your plate, okay?
Dracula.
Oh,
Worry about
boy.
old Castlevania's Dracula over there.
Yeah.
It's a game time to talk about him.
Hey, just remember, Drew.
Jim Plunkett, he rose from the ashes, man, and got them 2 Super Bowl wins. He should have been in the Hall of Fame a long time ago.
For sure.
They give him too much shit about his numbers, but I just
I
roll
bet
back
you
to
Eli
those are
Manning will
different
get him
times.
before. I bet you Eli Manning will get him before Jim Plunkett. How much you want to
You
bet?
think?
Yeah.
Probably.
How much you want to bet?
I don't think he's a Hall of Fame.
The only way Jim Plunkett's now going to get in is if the seniors.
Yeah,
select
and that
him.
may be where he does get in there.
Yeah.
Because that's what got Drew in there.
True. Yeah.
Because if you can get Ken Stabler in on the seniors, good damn well they can get Jim Plunkett in on the seniors.
Darren Woodson, he should have been in.
Oh, that's
Wow.
another one.
Long time
Yeah.
ago.
I think I know why Darren Woodson is not
Some of
in.
the
Why is
safeties
that?
they put in, some of the secondary guys they put in before them, and he's got better numbers than a lot of them.
Yeah.
I was told that I don't know if it's true or not, but I was told that when he worked with ESPN, I was told that he had some words with some of the people at ESPN. They may have something to do with the reasons why he's not in.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised they kept Ken Stabler out for years because, they didn't like there's people on the committee that I refuse to vote for Ken Stabler because I don't like him.
Yeah.
Like, there's people on the committee like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You do got some people on the committee that's that's part of the press, and they're like, well, he called me a motherfucker a while back. I can't vote for him.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with Terrell
Drew,
Owens.
I'm not in the Eagles
people,
chats other than Dan Saleo show and sometimes Philly 500.
People give T.O. a hard time. I will say he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. I don't care what anyone says.
100%.
Like, he is a first
Yeah.
ballot. There's no one that they had
Charles
on that
Haley
list
should have
more
been.
qualified than him.
Yeah.
Well, he's in, Wade.
I know he's in, but he didn't get into his second year. No, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer. They dropped the ball
Michael
on that
Irvin
shit.
should have been.
Yeah.
I agree with Curtis
Yeah.
there. Bill Bates, how about him?
Well,
God,
T.O. can get along with Ed Water. That had a little bit to do with it too.
What was it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, T.O. if T.O. I think honestly, if he could have kept playing, he might have broke every record.
Probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Growing up a little bit, he would have done better too.
Yep.
Yeah, man ran them all.
He was just,
Yeah.
he was just on his attitude was what kept him back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great player, just that attitude. He just
Yeah, he was.
me.
Yeah, he was too much of a diva.
He threw all his quarterbacks under the bus. Every
Yeah,
last
look
one
what he
of
did
them.
to the freaking Niner guy. Gosh.
Jeff Garcia.
Yeah, he wanted to.
Donovan McNabb, Tony Romo. He threw all of them.
Steve Young.
Yeah, he did.
He threw Steve Young under the bus too.
He did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to have to
Other
get
than
ready
that
to
was
get
a bummer.
out of here, good people, because we got to get ready for tomorrow and so on. So we're going to be starting at about 12:45 because the Cowboys play early tomorrow. Washington plays at 1 o'clock too, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
And the
Yes.
Giants, are they a 4 o'clock
I'm
game? Or are they a 1 o'clock
Wade.
game as well?
They play at 1.
Damn.
Yeah.
They play at 1, I think.
We're
There's a bunch
gonna
of
we're gonna
teams.
blow our wad early, but we'll definitely be there. And remember, don't forget about BetUS, where you can get 150% matching using YouTube 150. Definitely join it today. And with that being said, remember, good people,
you play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter,